Hello, friends, and welcome back to our homestead. I am today visiting a beautiful homestead in a northern part of Latvia. Latvia is a northern country in the Baltic states, Baltic countries. It's next to Lithuania, Estonia. It's a beautiful, small country called Latvia. And I am visiting a homestead. And I'm going to be speaking to my new friend. Her name is Gita, who knows lots about the herbs. And she doesn't claim to be an herbalist, but let me tell you, that's how you know that this person knows herbs. Because, see, growing up in Latvia, we knew that there's always an herb, a root, a bark, a berry, something that can be turned into homemade remedy. We didn't run to a pharmacy right away to buy pills. We first used something that my grandmother, my mama kept in a cabinet, and she would make tea for us or make some sort of a syrup when we were sick. So I know that local Latvians continue to practice that. So I wanted to talk to my friend Gita today and ask her some of the practices that they do and things that they grow in their yard to treat their family naturally. Hi, welcome. Hello. Um, I've noticed you have this beautiful plant growing all over the property everywhere. What is it called?
So the Latvian name is ugunspuķe. Literal translation would be fire plant.
Yeah, we call it fireweed.
There we are.
It's one of those first plants that show up after a forest fire.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can use everything from this plant. The last thing I know, but I'm not tried myself, you can ferment the leaves.
Yes.
Normally we would dry. First, I started with the flowers. Then I found out later you can with all, so I could just dry like this. But I'm not fermented as the leaves, which apparently is close to the black tea, and I like black tea too.
Yes.
So that's something for me to try out. But this is very common to use.
Yeah, the fireweed grows in a northern part of New England. So I see them in New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. It grows there, and many people don't realize that it's a delicious black tea and it has a taste of black tea. But you need to ferment it to keep the flavor of that tea. You need to first ferment those leaves. So the leaves will be collected sometimes before it flowers or even during
You
flower.
can do even light during the flowers. Normally it says during the flowers is the best time.
Okay.
And you collect it in the morning or in the evening, best in the morning.
Interesting. Do you know why?
Yes, because in daytime with the flower, it sends out all the essence for the perfume, for the bees. So you do it in the morning before it sends out the essence and keeps it in the flower.
Isn't that fantastic? And then we ferment them. So there are many different methods of fermenting these leaves. This video is not about that. But yes, you make this, you dry it after fermentation, and you make this beautiful, beautiful tea. I know in Russian culture, it's called Ivan chai, and it's used not just for medicinal purposes, but just for relaxation. People say it gives you energy.
Yeah.
And at the same time, relax. So it's a great, great tea.
Yeah.
And I know you've noticed you have many more other herbs growing around your yard. So tell me about the oregano that you have growing.
Well, I would say oregano, but anyway, it's a herb. But I know we use it in a tea too. So sometimes you want a herbal tea, you just use it as a normal tea, but we let it grow wild, and then I just collect it and dry. And from the same pot I mainly use for mince, for meat. But you can still use it in a tea as a normal tea in a teapot and just strain and drink.
When they go into flowers.
Yes, exactly.
They're very aromatic. So you can dry the flowers as well. And the bees love them. The bees absolutely attack those flowers. I also noticed you have lots of yarrow growing everywhere.
Yes, it's a little bit wild, but it's good for coughs or respiratory. Respiratory,
yes.
Yeah. But I like to mix herbal teas. I know in specific time, if you have a problem, then you drink one tea. But I found many people and me, you don't like that one taste. So it's okay to mix a little bit, but not to drink too long time. That's what proper herbalists would say. You don't drink longer than maybe a week or a couple of weeks.
Correct. Nothing should be taken continuously, because then it becomes a medication.
And if you start to use, I think the body knows that that's time is enough anyway.
And you
And
switch.
that's you just don't want the taste anymore. Yeah, so you don't need to force yourself to be natural or drink natural teas. You just have a little bit, and then when you mix, you add one tea more or another type of tea more or chamomile more. You know.
Do you? I know I've noticed you have lots of different trees, apple trees, and do you ever make any other tea from any of the leaves?
I not made, but my friend made, and one time when she came around, she brought different teas from apple tree leaves, and it's amazing how different they taste. And they're not collected. The strange thing I found that they're not being collected like in the spring when they just come out and fresh as we think it's the best time, like other plants, you know, when they just come in the spring. But you literally end of summer before they change the color, when they ripe like apples. That's when you collect them and you ferment them, and it's just it's unbelievable how tastes vary between the types of the apple trees.
The fermentation practice is not very popular in the United States. So when I mentioned that I'm fermenting stinging nettle, for example, and I say I'm going to make this into dark, a very fragrant tea, many people don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, the fermentation process is when you actually allow fermentation to take place with those leaves. It's not as long as sauerkraut. So not to confuse like sauerkraut that takes multiple days, if not weeks, to ferment. The herbal fermentation is much quicker.
Yeah.
Anywhere from 12 to 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, something like that. So you're going to start sensing the aroma, and the fermented leaf, for example, of a strawberry will begin to smell like a strawberry, mild strawberry smell. So you grow lots of different berries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, all of those leaves, you know, they're fantastic also for our health, and we can turn them into different drinks. Is it very popular in Latvia to herbalism, or just people think it's a normal part of life?
It's a normal part of life. Some people won't use, but there are still doctors. They will, even if you go to ordinary doctor, he will prescribe you if you need prescriptions to the medicine. But if it's involved colds or basic things, they still will say just use a tea. And
interesting.
Yeah, they still would recommend both. But there are people, who go to herbalists, the general doctors, especially the older generation doctors, they still will prescribe both. And anyone in my circle of friends, Latvian friends, I know they will still take medicine, but they will take still herbs too.
But they know that there's an alternative to common ailments to try different things.
Of course, if you need a quick fix, you can take a tablet. But the same you can do, like aspirin is in the bark of certain trees.
Willow tree.
Yes. And it takes time. It takes to prepare, but it doesn't cost you anything.
And it may be not as strong as the aspirin tablet.
Yeah.
Because it's not concentrated.
But it's a natural.
It is natural with a whole lot less side effects, of course.
Yes.
I was looking through, when I was in Riga, the capital, I was looking for herbal shops. And there are quite a few herbal shops that people can go and buy if you, for example, don't know to go and to collect yourself in the wild.
But you can even get herbal teas in ordinary chemists. If you go in a chemist, every chemist will have a small section of herbal teas.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. I went to buy Band-Aids. I got some blisters on my feet, and I went to buy Band-Aids at a pharmacy. You call it chemist, pharmacy.
Yeah.
And I also saw that they had many herbal preparations.
Yes.
See, in the United States, most doctors are not educated about the herbs at all. So they don't know that mint, it may be helpful to the stomach for digestion. They don't know that dandelion is not just a pesky weed that grows in the ground. They think it's just a weed. Where the old school doctors, the older generation, they they understand that it's actually filled with minerals and vitamins and actually have medicinal properties. So that is why, you know, we need to listen to our older generation, you know, our grandmothers and grandfathers who remember that stuff.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, it's being lost today. It's being
But
lost.
I think it's coming back. I have a hope because I can see. Yeah.
Sunchokes. You mentioned that you can eat, not to eat. The flowers are
a tea
for the tea.
Yes.
What is it? What does it taste like?
I would say it smells and tastes the same as the artichoke underneath.
Okay.
And I like them fresh. I know you can cook, but our family mainly eat them fresh. So we would just peel them and grate them, and they taste hazelnut, but you can mix with the sour cream or mayonnaise.
Oh,
and you can have as a fresh, a fresh vegetable.
Okay.
And that's the nice thing about them, that actually quite early in the spring you can dig them out. They're a little bit more watery, but you can eat them
fresh.
You can have a fresh in the spring when you want something raw.
Yours are about to go into flowers. So.
Yes, they're going to be picked for the tea.
They're going to be picked for tea. Wow, thank you for teaching me. I did not know. That's amazing. Thank you.
I only learned last year.
Okay. All right, thank you. So you have lots of berries growing. Blackberry,
we definitely raspberry. Will freeze. Raspberry we will freeze because that's the late.
Oh, look at that. Hi, honey. She came to say hello. She came to say hello. Hi. She knows we're talking about berries.
Yeah. So raspberry is a late raspberry. If it's a nice autumn, we can eat them, we can freeze them. It's nice. If it's a wetter and colder autumn, that they're very soggy, then we put them quickly in a jam or quickly freeze. Yeah.
So because all of these berries, they may be sour right now, but they're full of vitamins. So come winters, and Latvian winters are cold and unforgiving. And we need to keep our immune system going.
Yes.
So growing up, I remember Mama stored up lots of different berries for us. And she would make drinks, and sometimes she would make tea. And then she would give us just a spoonful of, she made blueberry mixed with sugar. And it was raw. It was not cooked jam, but it had to be stored in a cold place like basement or in a refrigerator. And she would give you a spoonful just of that because it had so much sugar.
And there are certain berries, like if she did a blueberry, that's not the one you grow in a garden, the one where the whole mouth gets black.
No, the wild ones from the forest.
Because the ones you can cook them without sugar. You can't keep them without sugar. And the same as cranberries. You can't keep them in cold place.
Cranberries, Latvia, come on. Latvia is the central capital of cranberries.
Yes, you can't keep them without, you can in an airtight container in a cold place, you can keep them in the winter and you just get them out when you want. And we have a small bog in our woods, so we can collect the wild ones.
You're very blessed.
We are.
You're very blessed.
And the same you can keep in the freezer. Yes, and you take out and the frost
cranberries, blackberries, not strawberries so much, but gooseberries, raspberries.
Red currants are quite nice frozen. Yeah.
So you can freeze all of them, and then even though those are not herbs, but they are so packed with nutrients that you guys, this is fantastic.
But other thing that I learned is that when it is a season, we try to preserve, we try to keep for winter. But many Latvians say in the summer, you need to eat at least a kilo of strawberries, a kilo of red currants. You know, you need to eat those berries to boost.
To build.
Yes. And that's, sometimes we lose that mentality when we want to preserve things. We want to preserve them, but actually eat fresh too.
Eat fresh today. I have a motto at home, and I say this often on my channel. I say, when it's in season, you know, when it's fresh today, eat today, but store away for tomorrow. So you should eat today fresh because we need it, but we should always save for tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Because winters, they will come and they will be cold and they will be snowy. It's not as bad where we are in New England, but I know that Latvian winters are much worse. So we definitely need this because kids come home from school and they will you know, get the flu, get the cold. So I love how you have this food forest that you grow so much of it. You just, you grow in your own vitamins.
Yeah, and it's actually first year when we will have so many blackcurrants. I think the plant heard when I said I think we have to chop it off.
It hurt.
Because we always had enough, not enough, just to taste. And I said that's what's the for. And this is the first year when we'll have a good harvest. So I'm looking forward.
Well, it heard you and I said it better pick up the pace and provide. That's wonderful. That's great. Look at you, it's just spreading everywhere.
Normally we just trim. This year I left. I keep the shorter, but this the tall that's very sharp grass gone in. This is the kind of apple patch which we rethinking to change. Gadi's idea is to have a fire patch if you want to sit in the evening.
Yes, yes, yes.
But you will see when it happens.
It's beautiful. So the calendula, you have a lot of it. A lot of it. I mean, it will reseed itself.
It will. But some of the seeds I collected, this was unusual. It's already closed. This one I collected seeds. Still need to collect some because 1 year Gary did plant different types. It's like more yellow, orange, like with the full flower. But I do pick some for the tea. That's another thing to mix in for a herbal tea. For the winter time to boost the energy.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, this plant is sometimes you keep picking and the more produces.
Yes.
More produces. So it's great for the garden because it brings the bees for pollination, but it is very medicinal. So infused oils are very good for the skin. But I know you can also drink them internally, like just the petals themselves.
Yeah. And other thing, I know mainly people when we talk about the teas, they think it's have to be dried.
Yes, you're right. You're
just gonna have a fresh one, like the same. There's a mint. You can use a fresh mint in a tea. Not only in a cold drinks. You can have in a tea.
Yes.
You can have a fresh plants too. So
in the Herbalist, sometimes we call it. It's more of a broth, but it's a delicious broth, and it's delicious. You can drink. You can infuse it hot or cold.
Yeah.
Infuse it hot or cold, and then in the summer when you're working outside and it's hot and you're sweating, drinking that infused cold iced tea with honey. It's the best. It's the best.
It's nice to burn. And of course, it's if you're in a wild.
The bathroom.
Yes.
For the toilet paper. Yes. So it does have like very fine little hairs on it. So you have to strain it very well if you're making tea out of it because you don't want to swallow that. But mullein is so good for respiratory health. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of, I think this is motherwort, I think. No, it's spicier than that.
No, I don't know on that one. I know the bees loves them.
I don't know what this is.
We pulled them out. It's quite tall and it's a little bit sharp. This is the lemon balm. This one is nice for tea, refreshing.
Oh my goodness, this is heaven. When we go to heaven, it's going to smell like this. The whole heaven is going to smell like this. Lemon balm. It's so good. It's so good. That's catnip. Where are your cats? Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. This is a catnip and it went into blossom. Yeah, catnip, smell it.
Yeah.
So it's good for relaxation.
Yeah.
I mix 3 herbs together to make sleeping aid. It's funny, these 2 guys are already growing next to each other. Chamomile or chamomile. Yeah. Lemon balm and catnip. And that's my trio I use for sleep. It's not sedative. It just relaxes you enough and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. And it's a wonderful combo. You have a beautiful herbal garden. You have lots
and this one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
This is good. This is good for the spirit
Yarrow. So in my language we call it tысячелистник because like the 1,000 of leaves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just recently did a video about this. And the only one as a child, I knew this one because if you cut yourself, you grab a few leaves, you smush it,
you
you
rub
bite it,
Yeah.
and you stuff it, and it stops
Yeah.
the bleeding because it has that coagulability, you know,
Yeah.
like it stops the bleeding.
See, I always collect the flowers.
Yeah.
Flowers for the tea.
Yeah.
But that's again, if you don't like the taste, just add another tea, which won't do any harm. The same as lemon balm or something, you know. I think that's the good about the herbalism. You can mix; it won't do anything bad.
Mm-hmm. So, is there any particular reason why you use the heads, the flowers?
We use for respiratory.
Respiratory. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's to me would be one of the main I would go.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So it has the anti-inflammatory,
Yeah.
antibacterial properties,
Yeah.
and that's why you go right away.
Yeah.
That is so good. A homestead is not just for food. It's for beautiful flowers, for the berries, but it's also good for herbs. And you live in such a beautiful, secluded place where you have so many wonderful herbs.
Thank you.
To go and harvest. So you're very blessed. So thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate the time here. Learned so much and I appreciate it. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now you have to come join us and visit us in the United States.
Got his dream.
Yeah, good. Come on over. Our house is always available.
Thank you.
Okay. On this note, friends, I hope you are encouraged to learn more about herbalism. Be encouraged and try something new.